Alright, hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We're getting started with some Roadcraft here. So we did get abruptly cut off at the end of last stream. We do have some things to do here. So the first thing we're going to finish working on is we got to get this castle up and running, which means we need more sand up here. And then probably get some paving equipment up to the top of the hill as well, just to make sure everything's good to go. So let's go ahead and get this load of sand up to the top, and we'll be able to go from there. Just double check everything's good to go. We're good. All right. Perfect. So the big thing we got to do is we got to get some sand up here to flatten this out a little bit, because there is this dip right here that the trucks were kind of getting stuck on. Kind of just over pouring the sand here just to make sure everything lines up good. Let's go ahead and jump in the dozer. Oh, that's looking much better. That is a lot better. Alright, let's go ahead and get the truck out of here, and we'll give that another go. Should have a lot better success getting everything through here. And if we need to get more sand, we'll go get more sand. Okay, let's take a look at the route here. Need to reset the truck. Gonna do that. I want this to be more over here. And a new point right over here. Alright, now we can see how it goes. Give it a chance to get some speed up the hill, and it should be able to get up over this pretty good. Yep, there we go. Can it not? They got up here yesterday. Or not yesterday, but last week it got up this. There we go. There we go. It's going. No! Oh, you were so close! Come on! You can get there. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Okay, I think I'm going to need some sand, maybe some pavement up here. It just does not want to get up this terrain here. Which is fine. That's fine. We can fix that. I mean, it is getting there. Kind of clipping on the wood there. Yeah, that's gonna get it stuck. Okay. We're getting close. Getting very close to having this done. I think I just need to move that point over there. But I think this is definitely going to need to be sanded, maybe paved. This stretch right here. But it is getting there. It's very close. See, it still is wanting to clip into the wood there. So, yeah, I think we're going to need some sand. So, do I have any more sand in the big dump truck? I have a little bit of sand. Okay, I do have enough for a full load of sand. So, let's bring this up to the top. Let's work on getting the path cleared out to get up there. They definitely do not like this double bridge section, so I'm also wondering if maybe the double bridge here is maybe not the play. Maybe I'm just better off just going right up the slope here with a paved road. Maybe that would be a little better. instead of trying this other bridge. Just the angle is just really, really steep. Yeah, because, I mean, the path here is also really steep, but I'm wondering if I just pave it instead of doing the wood bridge, if that would work. But let's go ahead and send this on its way. Nope, dump truck is definitely in the way here. Okay, let's see. Cancel. I need to figure out why it's not... I think this waypoint is a little too close here. Because it keeps wanting to clip over to where the wood is. And I want it to not do that. But it keeps wanting to do that. And I'm wondering if it's because it's not paved. It just can't get the traction it needs. Because there's kind of like a trench here. Yeah, see, it keeps wanting to kind of hit the wood. Hey, I just want to check in and say thank you for your expeditions videos. Are very helpful. Thank you for those. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome. Welcome to the stream, Frexes. Appreciate you stopping by. I'm glad to hear the videos are helping you out. This is very in the way right now. What can I do about this from here? I can push it. I feel like I'm gonna have no choice but to have to pave this. And maybe you'll pick up Roadcraft 2 someday. I definitely recommend it. Roadcraft is a good experience. Time for bed. Greetings from Sweden. Oh, well, thank you for stopping by from Sweden. I hope you have a wonderful evening there. I appreciate you stopping by. I'll try this one more time. Let's see. No matter what, if I add over there, and this one kind of over here, that might, oh, it's going to start all the way down here. Might be a problem. Let me see something here. Because that's also going to be super steep. But maybe I can flatten this out just a little. I don't know how to get the bridge built. I could do a shorter bridge. Oh, that might be the ticket right there. A slightly shorter bridge? Because then it's not going to be as steep of an angle. That's probably going to do it. Let's give that a try. We just kind of rearrange the bridge a little bit here. Well, I think actually... Let me get these logs out of here. I'm just kind of thinking right now. Trying to... I think I'm going to need more sand. We got to put more sand here. And I think this is good. I think we need a little bit more sand up here. And then I think we're going to have to pave this. I don't see any other way around this. We're going to have to pave it. So let's go ahead and get another load of sand. Let's get some sand up here. I think instead of trying to like brute force this, I think we need to just take the time, get the sand going, and then we'll be able to kind of go from there. So if we just take the time to make it look really, really nice, I think the trucks should be able to get up there with no problems. We're going to go ahead and park this over here. Let's shut this down. Let's go grab the little dump truck. So we got to get... I need a little bit more sand here. And then we got to smooth out the top, and then another load of sand to just kind of get it all the way there. And then we can bring the paving equipment up, get this paved. And then, in theory, everything should be good to go. We'll have the T's crossed and the I's dotted. And we'll be able to get these trucks up here and finish up this castle job. So... I think this is going to work out just great here. Especially with a less steep bridge here, I think that'll help. So we get that up, and then we just need to flatten out the landing at the top of the bridge. So that's just going to take a little bit of work with the dozer to just flatten this out. Let's go get another load of sand, because then that should be all the sand we need up at the top here. Once we get the sand up here, that's just a matter of just getting this all flattened out, looking real good. And then we can just bring the pavers up here, pave it, roll it. And once we get that done, we should be able to get the trucks on their way, and we should be in business. So I think all the pieces are starting to finally come together for this one. Trick, I think, is going to be getting the paving equipment up here, but I think they should be able to just get up the hill. Especially once we flatten this out with the bridge and all that, they should be able to just get right up here. Alright, let's get off this hill. We're gonna do some dozer work now, just to make sure everything looks good. Okay, dozer time. Let's just make sure everything is golden here. Yeah, we'll get that nice and flat. Just want to flatten it up the other way now. Just a nice little pass just to make sure everything is good to go here. Oh, hey Kayla, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Let's get this down here. I think we're good to start paving. So let's go ahead. We're going to go grab the paver. Got a lot of paving to do. Get this mountainside hill going. If this still doesn't work, I'm going to be at a complete loss of what we're going to need to do next. So let's go ahead and get this paver up the hill, and you know, we'll just we'll go from there. We'll just little steps, one thing at a time. We'll start off with this section here. Go ahead and just get some pavement down. the bridge we go. Oh, there you go. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Hope you had a great day. Let's get a nice strip of pavement here. Trying to get a little bit more pavement there. Let me... Nope, it's not wanting me to get another bit of pavement down here. Maybe more towards the middle here. Okay, that's gonna have to be as good as it gets. The paver just does not like that angle, but I think it'll be good enough for the trucks. Starting to think, I don't think this was as flat as I thought it was, but I think it'll work either way. Okay, we've got pavement, which means we've got progress. Now we just need to flatten this out and hope it works. Because if this doesn't work, I don't know what the plan is. If I'm being honest, if this doesn't work, I don't have a plan B or an alternate strategy for this at the moment. This is the only strategy I have in the playbook right now to get the trucks up to this castle. Well, I take that back. There is like I do have like a plan Z, which is like a last resort plan, but I kind of don't necessarily want to do that because that is going to take hours to do. It is going to take hours to do that. And that would be this road down here. Yeah, I do not like Plan Z. But all of this road, all the way down through here, through the main power station, we're going to have to go all the way back through here. And then there's another road to take down the back stretch in this gully here. That will get us up to the castle as well. But I really do not want to have to do all of this road back there. That is a long paving job. So I'm trying to take the shortcut. So I have spent a couple of hours on this, trying to get this shortcut done. Yeah, well, it was kind of a thing where it's like, I knew this would be a 3 to 4 hour job, but having to do that other route, you're looking at probably a 5 or 6 hour job to get that done. So, yeah, it's a big time saver if I can get it to work. If I can get it to work, it's going to save a bunch of time. But if I can't get this to work, well, then we just wasted a whole bunch of time and don't have it done anyway. So I believe this is going to work, though. I very much believe this is going to work. We just need to bring the roller over here, get this rolled nice and quickly. We're just speed rolling right now. I mean, honestly, if the roller can get up here, then we're doing something right. So there we go, a little bit of speed rolling, but we have paved road all the way up the mountain here. It is a little lumpy. Unfortunately, it's a little lumpy, but we'll have to make that work. But now it is time for the moment of truth. Will the trucks make it to the top? You get this roller up out of here. And then, yeah, we're going to send the trucks and let's see what happens. You believe? I believe as well. We're going to see what happens here. Okay, let's see. Trucks, do your thing. Come on, you got this. No, 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 not that way, not that way. Come on. Yeah, replace him. Absolutely, that's the plan right there. I'm gonna just move this over here. That's going to reset the route. Let's give him a nice running start from the bottom this time. Oh, there we go. From the bottom to the top. Not wanting to go into the pavement. Okay, that is an easy problem to fix. That's a very easy problem to fix. But we know coming from the bottom, a little running start, it'll get up there. It's just when you start it in the middle of the hill here, that's where things kind of go a little bit sideways. So we're just going to adjust these points just a little bit here. Oh yeah. It's getting up this hill for sure. There we go. Go, truck, go. There we go. Better angle right onto the pavement. Come on. What do you mean? Don't go back. Go up the road. There's a road. Take the road. What do you mean no? What do you mean you can't get up there? Okay, yeah, he's not even trying. Not even trying at all. Yeah, I despise them as well. Okay, no, not the markers, not the markers. I want the point over there, a little bit over there, a little bit this way. You're getting up this hill. I am not letting him not get up this hill. Can you get up? Can you get up? Are you getting up? It's getting up. Let's go. Let's go. Go. I don't even have to give him a push. Go. Go, buddy. Go, go, go. You got this. I believe in you. Okay, fine. A little push here. I don't know why they keep wanting to get stuck on the pile of wood here, even though I'm directly routing them away from the wood. Do not get on the wood. Away from the wood, buddy. And now you're off the road. Look what you've done. Look what you have done. You have done this to yourself. There. Up into the castle. Come on, get yourself up into the castle. I don't think I had that angle right. No, he is... Okay. Alright, one more time. Yeah, clearly something is wrong there. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to move... I gotta move my truck. But it's good to know that with the current pathing, I do not need to actually push it up the hill. But what I think I need to do is I gotta move some points around. Specifically, I think I need this point to be more over here so that it's not trying to make such a sharp turn. And we're gonna move this one over there just a little bit, and that should help with the angle. So one more time, we're gonna just set them at the bottom of the hill and go. We really just need a better driver on the truck, though. But this should fix the problem. Okay, I know you can make it. You made it up here before. What are you doing? Will you just go? Why do you keep backing up? What are you doing, bud? Okay. I don't understand why it didn't make it up that time. It made it up without any assistance before. And now it's getting stuck. And I am running out of fuel in my Jeep here, so... Okay. Route. Route. We're gonna start from back here. I wish I knew why it wasn't. It's so inconsistent with how it gets up the hill. See, there we go. We're getting speed. We're going up the hill. We're hitting the ramp nice and smooth up to the top. And then onto the paved road. Is it because it's not even? Is that what it is? It's kind of bowl-shaped. I literally saw it get up here on its own power before. There it goes. There it goes. It's going now. Alright, buddy. Alright, buddy. It's all on you now. It's all on you. Get to this castle. Do not turn into the pile of wood. Stay away from the pile of wood. No, we're going right for the wood pile again. But at a better angle, he got around it. Alright. All you have to do now is go up through the castle walls just like that. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You're almost there. You are so close. You are so close, buddy. You are so close. Come on. Come on. You're there. You're there. You did it. You did it. Good job, buddy. You made it. Yes. Objective completed.
You know,
We did it. The castle. We got it.
If I ever take a vacation.
All right. Well, that's gonna.
For now, the rescue services can make
That's
good
gonna
use
run a
of it.
few times. Hopefully, it doesn't fail. Oh, but we got it done. We finally got that done. I have been trying to get that done since last week. We finally did it. The castle. It is done. Alright, so. Next up. We've got evacuate the drilling parts from the southern mine and recover the drilling equipment from the northern mine. Along with a couple of routes that we're going to have to do as well. See, there we go. There go the trucks. The trucks are doing their things. I'm hoping I don't get constant alerts of route failure. That would be kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, so we need a route here. Unfinished passage to the port, right? I was trying to send this down the railway bridge. I think I am going to not do that, because that was just... I was struggling to get the angle just right on this. And it failed already, so that's wonderful. So, like, this was what we were trying to do with this. Like, trying to send the truck through the railway bridge, which does not seem to want to work. I don't know if I just need to swing this a little wider. 'Cause it seems like no matter what, I keep getting the trailer caught on this building here trying to do this. So I'm not sure kind of what we really need to get that going. Well, that is certainly not going to work, buddy. 'Cause I know what I need to do to finish this route. I'm trying to get this bridge to take a truck. Because I think that would just be the funniest thing ever if I can get the bridge to take a truck. But like, I can get it into the bridge, and then it just kind of gets stuck in the bridge. So I'm thinking this is probably a terrible idea. So we're going to go ahead and cancel this route, and I'm going to redispatch that. I don't know why you were getting stuck there. That doesn't make sense. Alright, so this route, we're going to have to take this the long way. Through here. I don't quite know how that is going to look. I don't know if I can get the truck to squeeze through this gap or not. I might be able to. That's gonna be rough though. To try and do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to bring it through here. I can't really bring it through there. Yeah, it needs to be more centered, but it just can't. Yeah, definitely driver's fault. It's just because of the way the truck is without having like all-wheel drive, with just having the rear axles driving it, it can't really angle itself on the tracks like I was kind of hoping it would be able to. So that's the only issue there. So I'm thinking we're probably going to have to just take this the long way, which is going to be out and over and down here. And why is that route? Why are you failing right now? Of all places, why are you failing there? That doesn't make any sense. Move this over. That doesn't make any sense. So, because I know I need to pave up this. This is all stuff we set down last week on Monday. I do need to get that all paved up. I know the truck can get up here. We've got sand up through here that it can use. So I'm thinking if we send that route this way through here, but then once we get here, I need to figure out the best way for it to get to the port, which I'm thinking would be just to go through this way. I can pave up this and then come out this way. I think that'll be the secret sauce, is if we do that. Yeah, I hate them as well. Just do the route, my guy. Alright, so I'm going to clear that route for now. The first thing we need to do here is I actually have to pave all this. So this all has to be paved. And honestly, I might just pave up the top of the hill here, just to make sure this is all good to go, which that's going to be a big project in itself. And then once we get down here, this section right through town is going to have to be paved up through here. That's not like a super long section. But then I just reconvene with this paved road here, which will get it to the port. So that's pretty much the big issue area right here. So I'm going to put down a red caution there. We're going to have to pave that. And I'm going to need to get some more sand down through here. And we'll just, we'll go from there. So I'm at a loss here. I need these trucks to just go consistently, and they're just not, so I can get all the rewards from that. These routes are going to drive me insane if they're just going to just continue to not finish. Alright, so I don't need the Jeep right now. We're going to just park the Jeep in the corner. I do need to get the dumpy out. But I'm going to wait for the, there should be a truck passing through here in just a moment. We're going to let the truck go. Because now it's a matter of just getting equipment where equipment has to go, so we can work on this next route project. Because there is nothing more I can do with that route to the castle. We got it to finish one time, and that's that, so... There's really not much more I can do with that, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna... It would be really nice to get all the rewards from that route, but that's gonna probably just require babysitting the truck and just pushing it up the hill. That's probably what it's going to require in order to get all the the rewards from that route, because it is just not wanting to go up there a second time for some reason. But that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and bring the dump truck over to the job site so we can start getting some sand laid down for this next route that we're working on. Just because if I'm going to take the time to get it done, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to do it right. I do have to pave over there anyway, so we might as well just pave the whole damn thing. And just get it done. So, it shouldn't be too bad. We got two little sections. One of them is pretty close to a quarry. That's the first one we're going to go do. The second one is a little bit further away from the quarry. But on the bright side, I do have a dozer at the first location we're going to, so I won't have to actually move my bulldozer around to get the sand flattened. So it's going to be just a matter of getting the sand left that we need, get that laid, get that flattened, pave it, send the trucks. Okay. I'm just going to ignore it for now. I might... Actually, I might just deal with that off stream. And just sit there and babysit the truck. And just push it up and down the hill. Because... I mean, that wouldn't make for the best stream content. Just trying to get those route rewards. But... It's just way too inconsistent trying to get the truck up there. And I'm getting annoyed by the route failed message popping up all the time, because that has just been the day so far. And we got one completion of the route, which is great. We did get it done. And it got done under its own power. Like, I did not have to push the truck at all. It just went up the hill, which was great. But for some reason, it just cannot do it consistently, which is a little frustrating, but I have done as much as I can with that for now, so. The first thing we're going to do is head over here. We're going to go ahead and fuel up the dump truck. We are just traveling on the lonely road over to the job site. I want to just get these routes done first. Once we get the routes done, then we can go do all the cargo pickups and all that, so. Alright, so we go up this way. This is good here. This section here is ready for paving, but I want to just go ahead and connect this section that's ready for paving with my other section that's also ready for paving. We'll just connect everything together nice and neat. A little too fast. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and head on over to the quarry. Let's get sand, and let's start getting this laid out. We don't have to go very far with the sand. And like I said, I already have a dozer here. So it is honestly just a matter of getting this all flattened out. Nice and neat. So this part should be pretty quick. Just finishing up the rest of this little patch here that we're going to put some sand on. Should be pretty quick, but you know, Roadcraft, nothing's ever like super quick, you know. Oh no, that's why I was like, but you know, Roadcraft, right? No, but in all honesty, this is not going to take like a super long time to put sand down and flatten it. This, especially with the quarry right here, it really is not going to take too long to do that. Getting the route to do its thing, on the other hand, that's a different set of problems. But just getting over here and putting sand down, not a problem at all. See? But yeah, I've already got the dozer there, so we just need to get the sand loaded and dumped and on our way. Hey, that's not too bad at all. It's just going to be a couple of sand loads. But, I mean, we're making pretty good progress. This truck can haul a whole ton of sand, so just a matter of just getting it over there. Oh, let me go ahead and track this objective. Just so you guys can see exactly what I'm working on here. Alright, coming in with another load of sand. I mean, I probably don't have to do this section, but You know, I figured since I'm going through the effort to bring all the paving equipment out here anyway, I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to do it right. And we'll have just a nice paved road all the way through here. Look at that. That was such an efficient sand pour that we almost got all the way there. So one more load of sand should do it. I know we got some little gaps in the sand here, but that should be rectified once we push it down, flatten it out with the dozer. I might throw a little bit of sand pile there in the middle, just to make sure it's all good to go, nice and covered, but for the most part, should be one more load of sand. We'll have this all flattened out. And then after that, we got to get the paving equipment over here, and then this first section is done. And once that's done, we got to go get that second spot that I marked on the map. We got to get that all sanded and paved and good to go. So just squeeze through here. We're just gonna do a little of that, and a little of that, and a little more right here. And look at that, all the sand is connected. It's a little thin in some areas, but it should be enough to take some asphalt. I got that big clump there we can use to kind of flatten this out a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump in the dozer. Go ahead and get this all flattened out. The sand flattening is the most satisfying part of the process to me. It's very satisfying. Alright, we're going to go over it again just to make sure everything is super duper duper smooth. There we go. This is ready for paving. Okay, so what I need to do now is, let's go ahead and we'll leave the marker there for now. We need to go ahead and get the paving equipment loaded up. So I need to, yeah, I gotta grab the paver. Get the paver over here. We'll get this loaded up on the truck. I'm also going to top off the paver and roller before we actually get them on the truck. Actually, I'll do that after we get them on the truck. So we know they're good to go. I do have the little fuel tanker there, so let's get the paver over here. Looks like I got to put the roller on first. Roller's kind of in the way. Can get you up on the trailer. And we'll go ahead and refuel and power you down. And then let's jump over into the paver. Go ahead and refuel, power you down, and swap to the equipment paver. Get this out of here. Alright, before we continue, it is break time. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to step away for just a couple of minutes. And when I get back, we're going to bring this equipment over there. We're going to go ahead and get this paved. And then get started on the next task. So, don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. And I will see you very soon. Thank you, thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Alright everyone, I have returned. So, let's go ahead and get on over there and get all of this paved. do have a bit of distance to cover here. So sit back and enjoy the ride. So with the sand done, all we have to do is get this paved. And once we get this paved, we got to move everything over and start working on that second spot. Which it's a smaller distance, so it shouldn't be too bad to get that ironed out. Alright, we're almost there. Then we can get this equipment offloaded and start paving. Go ahead and back this up right here. Oh, I need to lower the ramp and strap the cargo, then we can shut the motor off. Alright. First up, we gotta pave, and then we gotta roll. Get out of this trench. Alright, here we are. Let's go ahead and get this paved. Make sure we get this little spot right here. I'm just kind of staying to one side of the path right now because I do need to bring the paver back. So my plan is to just touch up the rest of it on the way back, and then we'll have a nice wide paved road, nice and wide. As you can see, we have a lot of road to pave. There we go, and then we'll just hit up some extra spots that we need on the way back, and then we can roll it. Even in the rain right now. This is gonna look so nice when it's done. I hope it looks nice. There we go. We're just about done here. Just about done with the paving, and then we got to roll it, and then we're good. I think this section is a little narrow for the 2-lane road, but I'm going to put as much asphalt down here as I can. Alright, I think we're good here. Let's go ahead and park the paver out of the way. Let's grab the roller, and then this section of road will be done. Well, the road's a little bumpy, and there's a few gaps, a couple of potholes, if you will, at the start of the road. So, I just made a perfect Florida road. So how about that? Little Florida humor there. Oh, absolutely. For sure. Bumpy and full of holes. But at least the construction will actually be finished. With this road, anyway. There we go. Alright, we got half of it done. Alright, we just need to roll the other half. Yeah, I hear you there. 100% I hear you there. But have no fear, we're actually going to finish this section of road, and it's going to be great. Just missed a little spot there. Just iron it out, make sure everything's nice and smooth and good, and just another little spot in the middle here. So let's back up and get that taken care of. We're just about done with this stretch of road, and then it's time to move on to the next section of road that we gotta sand, flatten, and pave. Then we'll actually be able to send the route on its way and move on to the next deal. Alright, let's go ahead and get the pavers loaded back up on the truck. There we go. Okay, so with that done, I can actually go ahead and remove this marker. And we're going to go around the corner over here to the next marker. I do have, probably going to have to pave this little section here as well. Yeah, this is definitely going to need to get done here. Yeah, that's going to need to get done. I'm going to have to get this cleared out and paved in order to bring the trucks through here. So just another small little section there that's going to need to get done. Nothing too crazy, though. So let's go ahead. Let's get the paving equipment moved over there to start with. And then we'll go ahead and get the dozer moved over and work on clearing the debris. Then we'll bring the sand over and we'll start trucking sand in. Actually, this is pretty cleared out here. For the most part, actually. It's actually in pretty decent shape. So actually, instead of the dozer, I'm going to go ahead and grab... I shut that off, right? Yeah. We're going to go ahead and grab... Oops, sorry for the rapid zooming. We're going to go ahead and grab the mule. And I'm going to use the crane on the mule. We're just going to get the stuff moved out of the way. Just pick up that debris. Just get it all moved out of the way. It'd be a little bit more effective than trying to do it with a dozer. So we'll do that. That's going to need some sand. I'm going to have to fix that. Alright, let's see here. Let's get you moved. I need that little fence right next to me here. There we go. And we're just going to move that up over there. Grab this one. Move this one up over here. Grab this one. And move this over. And then give me that barrel, please. Oh no, I cycled past it. The barrel. Thank you. We're gonna grab this concrete, get this moved out of the way. Oh, that was a perfect landing. I wasn't even planning that. That's cool. Grab this one. I just kind of skewered that concrete on the other piece of concrete. We got one more piece here that's kind of in the way. Come on. There it is. Let's get this out of the way. I just need this piece of fence. And get this out of the way. And then I just got to get this moved out of the way. Alright, we're in business here. Okay, so now we just need to sand this and pave this. And then we're good. I also need to, there's this little bump here that needs just a little bit more sand. So we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and grab the big dumper. You are not the big dumper. Where's my big dumper at? There's the big dumper. Alright, so we're gonna have to do some sand works here. Just to get this last stretch of the route done. Once we get this done, sand it, pave it, then we can start sending trucks on the way. And then from there we can go pick another objective to work on. We'll have one more route and then 2 things we'll have to go fish out with the crane. So we'll have a couple of options to something to work on next once we get this done. And we got sand right here that we'll be able to grab to work with. And it's probably a little easier to get to than the other sand quarries. So. Go ahead and refuel, because we're going to be making quite a few trips back and forth to this quarry. We're just going to get rid of that little bump. Put some sand there. And then I need to put a little bit more sand here as well. Just trying to smooth that out just a little bit. And there we go. That's all we got for now. But that is okay. Alright, let's go get some more sand. I know we kind of used a lot of it pretty early on some of these quick bumps that we need to just iron out, but you know, that had to be done, so got that taken care of. Should have a much easier time getting up and down the slope with the sand here as well. That's going to need to be flattened. That is 1000% going to need to be flattened. For sure. But I don't have the... I got to get the dozer over here in order to do that. Alright, now we can start putting down the sand for the road. We got the support sand filled in, so now it's time for the road sand. Now here's the real question. Do I pave over the roundabout, or do I pave around the roundabout? I could just pave through the roundabout. That is an option. Eliminate the roundabout? I could just do that. I mean, we don't have to keep using the roundabout. I can just say, you know what? We're done with the roundabout in this village. It is now a road. And that is an option I have because I am in charge of the road operations here. And I can just say no more roundabout just because I want to. Would that make me a monster? I was just like, look, I know you've got a roundabout here, and you got some flowers in it, but I'm going to put a road here. It is an option. Chat, what do you think? Should we pave the roundabout, or should we leave it alone? What do you think? I'm kind of leaning towards just paving over it, because I think it would be really funny. Alright, let's bring the sand over. Nice thing is, along this route that we're going to and from with the sand, we do have a nice refuel point right here at the base. So we do not have to worry about fuel concerns getting the sand back and forth here, which is really handy, really convenient. Oh no, no. Oh, there goes my sand. I just lost like half my load of sand because I haven't bothered smoothing that bump out yet. But it's fine, it'll work out. It's all good, it's okay. I think we just go right over the roundabout here. Yeah, I think we'll just pave over the roundabout. Just make it smooth and simple. Alright, I think what I need now, I need the dozer over here. I definitely need the dozer over here. Just for, I gotta get this stuff straightened out. The sand that I've got down already. So I'm going to take this over to the quarry, I'm going to park it, and then I'm going to grab a dozer. We'll bring the dozer over here. Alright, let's go ahead and get the sand loaded up. No worries. I appreciate you hanging out during the stream. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Sounds like a plan. I appreciate you stopping by. See you later. Alright, we're just going to go ahead. I was going to use my better dozer, but this one was closer to where we need it, so I'm just going to grab this one. We're going to bring it back to the base, we're going to refuel it, and then we're going to go ahead and get everything, all the sand I've put down so far, we're going to get that flattened, and see where we stand. Alright, let's go ahead and get refueled. And now we have all of the equipment here for this project. So we're going to go ahead and get all this sand nice and flat so we can actually use it. Let's go ahead and get this area flattened up. Got this little bump here. Let's get this flattened up. Just do a double pass just to make sure it's all good to go. There we go, that's done. That doesn't need to be paved, so we're just going to leave that as it is. And then we got this spot over here. This is kind of a tricky spot here. We're going to go ahead and just get this all ramped up and flattened. There we go, that's a lot better. It's a lot more smooth. You can actually use that a little bit. Alright, now the big flatten. Definitely going to need more sand in the roundabout there just to get over that little ledge. Probably going to need a little bit more in the puddles here. I do think I need to get the sand up above the water level before we can actually pave it, so we are going to have to kind of level this off just a little bit. Probably need a little bit more sand up there. Actually, no, we're good. We're actually good. The second pass actually pushed enough sand over there that it covered it real nice, so we're good there. Dozer's in position. Let's go ahead and get back to the sand. So there it is. Okay. So now we got a nice smooth ride to bring the sand in, so let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to get this stretch of road all nice and taken care of here. actually a good bit of distance for that sand there, so that's coming along real nice. Alright, let's go get another load of sand. Get that taken care of. Get that over there. We're building a new road through town. Let's get that done. We'll be able to send some utility trucks through, and this project will be done. Alright, let's go ahead and get refueled while we're here. Might as well. Oh, the box! I hit the box. Now the box is in the way. Ah, darn it. Let's just get this out of the way again. Let me just push it back up out of the way. There we go. Now it's in a better, less out of the way spot. Well, there we go. That is the exit of town. So the next step will be getting the road. We got to get the road to go around this corner here and right through this gap. But there is a tree in the way, so we're just going to go ahead and knock it down. Alright, that tree is knocked down, which is great, because that opens up this area. We can get right on through there with our road. So, we might be able to do this with one more load of sand. Before we do that, though, I am actually going to go ahead and grab the dozer, and we're going to go ahead and just smooth this out through the town area. Just because the smoother I get this, the easier it's going to be to get that last load of sand through here. Does look like I got a few pieces of rubble here that we're going to have to get pushed off to the side. Let's go ahead and get these moved out of the way. Alright, those are taken care of. Let's go ahead and just flatten this out. Alright, let's move the dozer. And it looks like probably just one more load of sand, so we'll go get that, get this taken care of. We'll just go over it a few times with the dozer, make sure it's all super flat. And then we can pave it, send the route on the way. Alright, let's bring this next load of sand over, which may wind up being the last load of sand for this job. Let's get this over there, get this delivered, get this spread, we'll flatten, then we pave. And then we can send the trucks on the way. And once that's done, all we gotta do is figure out where the object is that we need. I'm gonna have to do something about that box. That box is aggravating me. Hold on. There you go. Now it's way out of the way. We do not need to worry about the box anymore. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled road construction. That might just be exactly what we need here. Let's grab the dozer, flatten it out, see if it'll stretch as far as we need it to, but it might wind up just being close enough. That actually might do the trick. We should be good to go. I just need to get this moved. Like way out of the way here. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and just path over the sand a couple of times just to make sure it's flat. And then we'll pave it, and we'll send the trucks on the way. There we go. Let's go over it one more time, just for good measure. Just to make sure we're good to go. And then we're going to start paving this. Okay, now we pave. Time for paving. Alright, let's go ahead and get paved. I'm not going to bother with the double lane road on this one. We're just going to do single lane road all the way through. Pave and then roll. That's all we're doing. We spent way too much time on stream today trying to get the castle finished up. We did get it, which was really awesome, but I expected a lot more time today to work on more projects like this. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. You know, this wound up being an even bigger project than I thought it would be as well. So, just a couple of projects that we had started last week that we're just now finishing up. Just wound up being bigger projects than I anticipated them being, which is fine. It's fun. It's a lot to do for sure, but it's definitely, you know, it is kind of frustrating. You sit down and play the game for so many hours like this, and you don't really get, like, it doesn't feel like you're getting a lot done, even though you're getting a lot done, because you're not just, like, ticking off a bunch of, like, tasks and missions and things like that. So, but we are getting stuff done. We've paved a lot of road today. That is what we have done, was pave a lot of road. A lot more road paving than I anticipated, so... But you know, that's the fun part, right? That's Roadcraft, right? We build roads, we pave roads, we make roads, we do roads, and everything turns out great. So let's go ahead and park the paver. For now, let's grab the roller. Let's get this road all rolled up. And then I am going to have to move this truck out of the way. The equipment hauler, we'll have to get that moved out of the way. And then we'll be able to have these trucks on the way right through all this, so... Alright, let's go ahead and get rolled. We're not rolling. Okay. Let me back that up. Let's start again. Let's get rolling. It wasn't rolling at first, but now we're rolling. Let's go. First we road, then we craft. Let's go. I can't believe I just said that. Minecraft movie joke. But this is looking great here. This is a nice smooth road right through the center of town. I guess technically the edge of town, but the town is going to have at least one nice stretch of road through it. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and park the roller. Right over here. And then I need to move this guy. Alright, we're just gonna pull up here and just get out of the way. And now it is finally time to start the route. Yeah, nice paved road all the way there. That you'll be able to take. Look at all this wonderful paved road here. Way through here. And around the bend and down the hill. Right along this nice paved road here. That's going to bring you right on over to this other paved road that we have. Alright, there we go. The trucks are underway. I'm going to set this to spectate, and I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'll be right back. cut that corner a little bit, but they seem to be getting through there okay. Should be all set here. We get this route done. Start getting these supplies delivered. And look at this view. You know, some of the views in this game are absolutely amazing. Oh, there's even like a lighthouse up there. That's kind of cool. This is definitely one of the longer routes I've ever plotted. But it's doing good. Get the route underway. We're getting across the bridge. I tell you, it's actually incredibly satisfying when you get a route going to just kind of watch them do their thing, and you know it's solid. Like once you really like pave the roads and do everything you need to do for the route, it's really good. It's really satisfying to know, like, you did a good job. The trucks are going to get there, and you just get to watch them go. It's great. I really enjoy, like, especially, like, a long project. Like, we've been working on this route. We started working on this route last week on Monday, the first bit, and we finished it up today. We've been working on it for the past, like, 2 hours, trying to get this this route ironed out, figured out. So, you know, when you spend a lot of time like that, paving the roads, getting everything going, it is incredibly satisfying to just kind of sit back and watch them go, knowing that they will make it to the destination. They should, anyway. I would be a little frustrated if they do get stuck, but I'm not anticipating any issues. That's going to need to be sanded. It got through. I'm going to need to sand that, though. There's a little mud spot there. It's not too big of a deal. This is kind of the tricky spot here. We go right through here. Yep, and right over onto the road. Freshly paved road. Oh, they hit a branch, but it sounded like the branch broke when they hit it, so don't anticipate any issues there. It's just the one little spot I think I'm going to have to just put some sand down and just get rid of that little mud bit a little bit. Other than that, I think we're good, so. The rest of this here, this is stuff we've already worked on. We've already sent routes through, so figured if we can get them to this spot, we're pretty much ready to go. So just a matter of getting all the way over to the port there. That could be lined up a little better, but it works. Kind of skirted off the edge of it just a little bit there. Nothing too major, though. And now we just got to make it through the port over to the drop-off location. Right on over the little sand we got down here. And yeah, there we go. We have arrived. We have arrived. The cargo has been delivered. There we go. The first bit of route is done. Next up, we have deliver the object, which is down here. So we're going to have to bring the crane over and fish that out. Where does that have to go? Oh, that has to be delivered. Okay, that has to go to the port. Okay. That's not that big of a deal. And then, what is this one? We've got a route, or an object right there. Let me zoom in and out real quick. We've got to bring that over there, and then we have a route. Okay, that goes from here. Okay, that goes from here up to here. Okay, that's actually not that bad of a route here. I don't think this is too... That's not going to be too big of a project. I don't think. It's going to be a long route unless I... Huh. What we're probably going to have to do is sand and pave up this area where I ran the cable machine so that we can get over here. And then once we get to here, it's pretty much paved road. And then we'll have to do a little stretch through here. This will have to get paved up. So just a couple little spots to pave up there. This one's probably going to be a lengthy job to pave. But I don't anticipate it being too bad. So anyway, that is all the time I have for today. We've got one more big route that we have to pave and set up, and then we got some cargo to get moved over. I think we'll work on this one next, because I could probably just load that bit of cargo onto my Zix that's right over here, so we can bring that over there, get that loaded up. I do have to bring the big crane over. Once we get that all loaded up, we can get it delivered and go from there. So, but yeah, that is all the time I have for today. Hopefully tomorrow we can finish up Sunken. I know we got a lot of work to do on that route and some cargo to move, so we'll see. It's probably going to wind up being an even bigger project than I think it is. So But that's all the time I got for today. I'll be live back here tomorrow at 6:30, so hope to see you guys there. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in today, even if you're looking in the chat. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I will see you guys in the job site. Bye-bye.